Hey, what's up guys, it's Cugsley, and today I'm going to be doing a request to make SCP-650 in Dreams. So I'm just going to be recording that, and I guess kind of like walk you guys through it if you want to try out too, and get familiar with animation logic. So cool thing about it is, for those of you who don't know, SCP-610 is basically just a ragdoll that is like 173 but doesn't snap your neck and it only ever appears behind you. So let's do this. So in the description, SCP-610 doesn't really have any hands. Its arms are kind of rounded off into stubs. So we're just going to start off by kind of working with this and making it a little more like that. That's basically it, actually. It's pretty simple. Now we just have to make it black, and then we have to add the logic to it, which is going to be the most difficult part. So I'm thinking for like the color, we won't do like complete black, but we'll do kind of like close to it, maybe add a slight lighter complexion. Here we go. And then add, I'm thinking like a waxy shine. Let's try shiny wax and see how that works. So that's a little too shiny. I mean, it's not bad for now. We can keep that and see where it goes from here. So right now we have the basic model for SCP-650. And pardon me if I end up calling it SCP-610. I don't know why I'm doing that. But so let's start working on the actual logic. So we're going to just put a microchip smack down on the character here. And I was thinking, like, how am I going to do this? Let me actually get a room here. So these are all the stuff I've made so far. Like, you can see wall segments, rooms. Most of the actual buildings are made out of just several wall segments, which was part of my most recent update to make the graphics look sharper. Because if I tried making like one building is a single sculpture, then what would happen is it would cost too much graphically and it wouldn't work. So just trying that out. So here we are. We have a building, and what this will do is just kind of serve as a floor area. That way it's the character doesn't like fall through, or they're on like, just to make sure they're on equal levels. So now let me make him visible. Now we have our D-class char, which is just the character that you play as. And I've added a bit of logic since then. Last time I showed it to you guys, the menu wasn't finished, but yeah, now it is. So if I open this up, it's actually takes up only 12% space, and we have all these microchips, including paper displays. We have this, which I think is a menu full, so you can't pick up too many, and then you have 8 slots. Well, it's pretty cool. Used to take up around 40% space, but I about halved it, so that's good. But either way though, so now I have the character, and when I was thinking about how to make this video, I thought to myself, well, how do I get a character like this to navigate behind this character? And I thought to myself, well, okay, how would I do that? And I thought of a few things, like advanced movement, because I'm working on 173 right now, and I kind of have something similar, but it's based on 3 algorithms. And what it does is basically it follows advanced paths by detecting whether or not it can see the character, and then if it can't, it will go to the center of the room where it can, or yada yada yada, right? But then I thought, well, this is a little more complicated because it has to move behind the character in a way that it's completely invisible. And the problem with 173 is that when it moves, it actually kind of overshoots. So let's say I have it here, right? You can't see it. So what it'll do is, or more accurately, let's say it's, I don't know, let's say it's right here, because this is a common problem, right? And let's just pretend that the character's right here looking straight forward. What will happen is 173 will move to the center of the room because it wants to see the character. But it'll be seen right here, right? That's where the character will see it. Problem is that it moves so fast that the second it's seen, it moves probably this far before it actually stops. And it's really fast, so it's not like it slowly drifts across the floor then stops. It's just that it stops too late. So that's what I realized the problem was with this. So it would cause a lot of problems if, say, this guy overshot and just like slammed into the character, which is not something you want. Pardon me. Yay, allergies. But either way though, so I scratched that. I decided that that's not going to work. So I had a new idea. And it actually involves going into the microchip here and into the D class and editing that. But as of right now, we're not. As of right now, we're just going to work on getting the very simple logic here, which isn't going to be very much because of how this character is going to work, which I'll explain later. Damn, we're already at around 6 minutes. I might actually have to split this into 2 parts, mainly for my phone's sake. So what we're going to do is we're going to have, I'm thinking, a timer, right? And so basically, the reason I have a timer here and it has nothing else is it's not exactly a battery like you'd find in LVP, because I don't want it to start immediately. I want it to have a small delay. Reason being is to guarantee that the randomizer I'm about to put in will work, because how 650 works is it has like different positions behind the character, or different positions in general when it's not being looked at. Sometimes it hides in a corner or like goes in a threatening pose behind the character. All sorts of things. So what I want to do is connect this. Let's do randomize, not input. It doesn't really matter in this sense, but I'm still kind of learning, like, oh, what's the difference? But I know there is a difference, so I just need to know what it is. So what I'm going to do now, right, is I have that, and I'm going to get a keyframe. Probably going to have around 3, but as of right now, we only really need 1. So now, all I have to do is just kind of move. I don't need to turn off grid snap. So now I have to just move the parts into kind of like a threatening like posture. So perhaps kind of like this leg bends out, kind of like this leg forward. Let's move the torso down, and kind of like have him lunging towards the character, maybe, or like in a almost chokehold. Yeah. So one thing I've noticed is that move controllers are a way more friendly when it comes to animating and kind of moving joints. So if you have move controllers and you don't know when to use them or when to use a DualShock, because they both have their advantages, move controllers whenever you want to animate something. Because like as of right now, I'm kind of struggling a little bit. Like I can't quite bend it, but if I go over here and grab my move controllers, and I'm actually going to cut to the part where I do that. So I'll be right back in like instantaneously. Hey guys, I'm back. So I recorded this clip already, and I was just about ready to actually continue on with the next one, but it got too long. Basically what happened was when I deleted the hands, I made it very hard to animate with the even the move controllers, because it messed up some joints. So we're just gonna pretend like that never happened, and we're gonna just continue on like normal. So we have the keyframe, and I have my move controllers now, so that's going to make it a lot easier to actually move the stuff, so you can see right there. Now, of course, another thing that happens is the second that you move this part of the arm right here, using the hands will no longer work as well. So it's good to work on that now, because I can just rotate it, but the second I use that part of the arm, it's basically set in stone. So now, because we're deleting the hands, as established previously, we don't really need to, we don't really need to worry about how the hands are facing, because they will be deleted. So that's not too bad right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of move this foot forward, this foot back a bit, and move the torso down. There we go. So back where we were. And now he's kind of in a little bit of a threatening pose, but not quite. So let's lean him forward a bit, head tilted up, and like really just outstretched towards the character, with his hand not breaking, or his arms not snapping in half. So now we have this, right? Let's actually go in here and just, it shouldn't do that. If we just tap it, it'll move it a little bit, but other than that, it just keeps the frames consistent. So see, now if I move the hand, it doesn't do much, but as of right now, it doesn't matter too much. Let's just try bending that maybe a little bit. If I move this down, because we're not like trying to throw our hands up in the air. There we go. Then just kind of do the rest with everything here. This way, when we delete the hands and feet, we make sure that it still works with the rest of the body. So now we have the first animation, and if I delete the hands and feet, it shouldn't change much, if anything at all. So let's just delete that. Alright, so now we're going to connect this directly to the keyframe and see what it looks like. So let's find out. So as you can see, it worked. So that's going to be his first position. And let me stop this. There we go. And switch back to my DualShock, because while move controllers are very good for animating because it gives you more three-dimensional freedom, DualShocks on the other hand are very good for kind of moving around and connecting logic or other items. So we're going to have that as B. And we only need one for now because that's all we're really going to have. So in fact, we're just going to connect this directly to it, and we'll add in the randomizer later. So now we just color it black and we go on to part B. So I'm going to end the video here, and I'm going to start part B on a different video as to keep this, vid from not going on too long, because that's just going to be annoying, so for you and me. So let me just add in the polish with the shiny wax, that's shiny metal, shiny wax, which is the closest we have so far, and I'll be back soon, shortly. Is it shiny enough? Is it? Doesn't actually tell you when it's done. Well, so see you guys in the next video.